Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Talkin' Tunes. I am your host, Frank Walsh. Thanks for tuning in today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest here who you can probably see got up this morning and said, I need to dress up for this occasion. You know, we normally don't have people this dapper on our show, but today we are going to understand why he is dressed the way he is. He is a funny guy. He is a very interesting musician. He does both originals and covers. He plays all around the South Shore, known by many, and he plays with a band called Willie Dinardo and the Replacements. And he has some music and CD out there that you can get, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. So folks, sit back, relax, and welcome my friend and musician, Mr. Willie Dinardo. Willie.
Frank.
Welcome aboard, my friend.
Hey, it's good to be welcomed aboard.
Well, I tell you, it's taken a little bit of time. We had a little hiccup and a false start a couple of weeks ago, but I said we're going to make it right, and we are making it right.
Certainly did.
So, you know I was only kidding with you talking about the way that you came in here today, but you know, we're going to get to that story in a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, before we move on, why don't you look into that little red lighted camera over there and tell the folks a little bit about Willie Dinardo.
Hi, you know, I'm Willie Dinardo. I'm originally from Plymouth, Massachusetts. I've been playing drums and percussion since 1999, and guitar, piano, and all the other rock instruments and vocals since 2006. So 11 years doing that, and 18 years as a percussionist. And I front a band called Willie Dinardo and the Corporates. Started as my solo project in 2006. We went full band in 2011, and here we are, 2017. As you can see, all the Corporates are here today.
Yeah, they all came dressed as background fodder.
Oh yeah,
you know,
the one there's all the different pictures are all the members we've ever had, because we've had a lot of lineup changes.
Interesting. I told you we have fun on this show, folks. So Willie, it would be remiss of me right up front not to address the robe and the bathrobe. And we had a first on the show today, folks. You know, Roxanne, our award-winning director, who makes us sound and look pretty, you know, came out over the microphone and said, Willie, would you mind fixing the microphone on your bathrobe, please? and I said, that's probably the first, and hopefully not the last time that we hear that expression come out of our award-winning Roxanne Morse's mouth. So go ahead, talk about the bathrobe.
The bathrobe. Well, filming today, we're nearing summer 2017, but it actually started with pajama bottoms, and it went, you know, back when I did the community college thing, you know, having 7:30 classes, just not really caring. I just I don't feel like getting all dressed up. I'm just going to put the pajama bottoms on. And then back in the fall, the bathrobe was actually quite recent.
Okay.
My grandfather, Billy
First of all, I want to say that I'm glad that you switched to the bathrobe.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
You know, just for ethical standards here. We are a family show.
Yes, we are. Could have worn something else, but I picked the bathrobe. But my grandfather, Billy Moe, God rest his soul, who passed away a number of years ago, was at my grandmother's house, and his bathrobe was just kind of chilling there on the rack, and I was like, I gotta start wearing this because it fits. It's something that actually fits me. A lot of his stuff that was given to me after he passed, I grew out of because I just, you know, I kept eating cheeseburgers and whatnot.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, might as well be you.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting and a very nice tribute. Thank you for sharing that. So let's talk a little bit about, you said that you play a variety of instruments. Yeah. And what would you consider your specialties? Or, you know, you probably, unless you're an expert at all of them, but is there anything that you would hang your hat on that...
Hang my hat on probably the way I strum the guitar. I'm not the greatest guitar player, but I have that sense of rhythm that a lot of, even, you know, people who call themselves rhythm guitar players lack.
Okay.
You know, it's because it's from being a percussionist. So I'm able to, my rhythm is in, I have essentially perfect rhythm.
Okay. We're going to find that out in a little while. You just threw down the gauntlet there, Willie.
I did throw down the gauntlet.
Now, as far as, your music and so forth, when you started playing your music and started coming into saying to yourself, hey, I want to play some instruments, did you model yourself after anyone, or did you try to focus on any particular, musicians that you've emulated or modeled? And
I've always been Willie, but I don't think I modeled myself after anybody in particular, but the biggest influence is Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hootie.
1995, I was 3 years
Darius
old.
Rucker,
Darius
huh?
Rucker, that voice. And I still get it. People are like, you sound like Hootie. You sound like Darius. It's from years of listening to it. I don't try to sound like Darius. It's just, when you have an influence like that, it just kind of follows you around, and it's a part of you. Hootie is a part of me for life. Because
well, you picked a good one. I mean, obviously since he left the Blowfish, he went out and took on a solo career and kind of shifted gears a little bit more into the country rock.
the third African American to have a #1 in the country charts.
Correct. You beat me to the punch. Good for that. But what was your take on that? I mean, is that something that you were happy with, not happy with?
I was happy with it because for years, when their popularity kind of waned in the late 90s, early 2000s, I'd get heat from people. They'd be like, what do you listen to? I'd be like, Hootie and Blowfish.
Right. It's kind of like, Barry Manilow, Kenny G, right?
Because that was all I listened to until 2004, when I rediscovered another fellow 90s band, the Bare Naked Ladies. Oh. And I got really into them and the way
You look like the former lead singer of the B&Ls.
Thank you, Stephen Page, yeah.
And I just saw them without him about 3-4 weeks ago.
I'm seeing them on Sunday.
He's down at the Indian
Ranch, that's where I'm going.
Ranch. I got an invitation to go down there, but I just saw them there. They're big difference without Stephen.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I saw them with and without, and they change a lot of their set lists, and they don't do a lot of their popular songs.
It's my first time seeing them without Steven, because when he left, I was like, I just because their chemistry is what inspired me to do what I'm doing, because I love improvising, and they do the ad-lib stuff.
Yeah, some of my favorites that they do, which they didn't do, they didn't do Box Set. Oh. They didn't do, New Kids on the Block.
Both from Gordon.
They didn't do that. They shortened one of my favorite songs, Brian Wilson. They shortened it. They didn't do the, drove downtown.
Oh, they started with the chorus.
9:30 on a Tuesday night. They didn't do that. They went right into lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did. They went right into that, But they were still amazing.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Still amazing.
I still watch videos, and they're still great musicians.
Oh yeah, but you're going to enjoy that. You're going to enjoy that, and for the fans at home who know my little granddaughter, and you probably know a little Michaela from all that stuff.
You told me about her from the Facebook videos.
She was down there, and she was up close, right in front of the stage, and Jim looked down at her, gave her a little wave, and 8 years old, she'll never forget that moment.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so talk a little bit about that and that influence and some of the modern day stuff that you're into.
Some of the shortly after I got into BNL, my friend Adam Cuomo from elementary school was listening heavily to the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wow!
So hanging out with him all the time, and he kind of got me into the Chili Peppers and told me the history. I didn't realize they had as much history as they did.
They've been around for a while.
1983.
Yeah, I was going to say they've been around probably pushing 25, 30 years they've been on there.
And then they're another one. They taught me the basis of Willie Dinardo and the Corporates. When we started, we didn't practice, because I'm a firm believer, just from my drumming jazz background, that if you have the right people playing behind you, you can just wing it and improvise it as if it were rehearsed. Yep. And that's how we started, and that's kind of what the Chili Peppers do, except they've known each other for years.
Now, do you get out to any of the jams? Do you go out and, do you go to the Banner? Do you go to the Riviera, go to Players?
I haven't yet. I've played at Players. I've played a couple functions at Players for, I had some friends in Rockland, and I think one of them had his 18th birthday party there, and another one had a graduation party there, and I played both of those.
Yeah. Because they run it, Robert John runs a great one on Saturdays at the Riviera in Bridgewater. Della Erskine, Wednesday night jam at the Banner. Jim Rockwell, one of the best ones around on a Sunday afternoon.
I gotta start hitting those
Thursday nights at the next page, Willie J. Laws runs an unbelievable jam down there. So they're out there, and for someone who has your musical diversity and talents, you could probably hook up with a lot of great people and a lot of great musicians, and not just be limited to your guitar, drums. Please play whatever you want.
That's my favorite part about it, is making friends. I've had the Willie Dinardo and the Corporates, we've had about 1 million lineup changes.
Uh-huh.
It's a curse because, obviously people are like, what? Like,
Yep.
And it's a blessing because I've had the pleasure of being able to play with so many wonderful, wonderful, talented local musicians.
Great.
They're all still friends of mine, and a lot of whom have gone on to do wonderful things. And I'm proud of my boys, my alum.
Well, good. Now, speaking of that, I'm sure people want to hear that voice of yours and see some of your talent. Are you going to be doing some originals today, some covers? What are you going to be doing for us?
Today I'm going to be doing 3 originals and 1 cover.
Cool. And you are going to be hearing, ladies and gentlemen, Willie Dinardo. He is going to be up there singing 4 of these songs for you. And when we're finished with that, we're going to talk a little bit about how you can get his music, because he has a CD out there, and we're going to give you all the ways in which to connect with this gentleman here.
Gotcha.
So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy Mr. Willie Dinardo.
Don't waste my time, I'm ways behind, no peace of mind. Don't be so blind. I'm sorry, you may notice it's getting out of focus, and maybe the next time so blind. So out of sight, so out of mind. You're out of line, I'm running out of time. I'm sorry, you may notice it's getting out of focus, and maybe the next time you see differently, don't be so blind. Oh, no, 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 no. Sorry, you may notice it's getting out of focus, and maybe the next time you see differently, don't be so blind. How can you stop missing someone when they're always in your dreams? How can you trust anyone when things are never as they seem? I don't know what to do anymore. Should I take my own life? I'm not sure. Why is it everywhere I go, I'm always the odd man out? Why am I so insecure and always filled with doubt? You never pick me up anymore. We're in the same place we were before. Hey. Well, they say you shouldn't hang around where you're not wanted. If that's the case, baby, then I'll be on my way. Now I know you don't love me anymore. That does not mean you're not still a boy. Hey, let's roulette. Slept too late, missed my tanning appointment. This day is off to a great start. I wish someone would call me Cleopatra like they did in high school. Such a cute nickname. Pampering myself today. Not sure how I feel about strobe lights anymore. So hardcore. Trying to challenge me? Yeah, well, big mistake. I sing, are you listening? Do you hear the words as they come out of your mouth? So ridiculous you sound. Are you kidding? Girl, you ain't fooling anyone but yourself. No one but yourself. Solo again for Valentine's Day. Now accepting applications. I can see the ring on your finger, bro. Why are you hitting on me? Yo, son, I'm not a snitch. Yo, don't even be sassy to me right now. So gangsta. I'm not the problem, so please don't treat me like I am. Sure, you're not the problem. Are you listening? Do you hear the words as they come out of your mouth? So ridiculously profound. I was kidding. Honey, you ain't fooling anyone but yourself. No one but yourself. This is where she kicks it up a notch. If verses 1 and 2 good enough for you, check out verse 3. Something like this. Hashtag 5 things I find attractive: tan muscles, tattoos, dark hair, a nice smile. I have the sudden urge to hit the club scene. Shout out to the real people in my life. What real people? You don't have any friends. Don't write a check with your mouth that you just can't cash. Hashtag things my daddy taught me. Dad. I'd rather be hated for being real, your love for being fake. Good luck with that. Yeah, you need the good luck. Are you listening? Do you think before you speak like everyone else? No, I don't think you do. Girl, go to hell. I was kidding. Girl, lighten up and have a sense of humor. Get over your bad self. Yourself. Whoa, and learn to take a joke. But yourself. When I'm feeling lonely, sad as I can be, all by myself on an uncharted island, and then let's see what makes me happy, fills me up with glee. There's bones in my jaw that don't have a flaw, my shiny teeth and me. My shiny teeth that twinkle just like the stars in space. My shiny teeth that sparkle, that beauty to the face. My shiny teeth that glisten just like a Christmas tree. Don't you walk 'em out just to see me smile? My shiny teeth and me. Yeah, they're all so perfect, so wide and pearly. Brush, gargle, rinse, a couple breath mints, my shiny teeth and me. My shiny teeth so awesome, just like a favorite song. My shiny teeth are bossy, and a good thing is gone. My shiny teeth, I love them, and they all love me. Why should I talk to you when I got 32? My shiny teeth and me. My shiny teeth and me. My shiny teeth and me. Shiny teeth, shiny teeth, shiny teeth and me. So, thank you, Smack TV, for having me. Special thanks to my bandmates, Adam, Michael, Brandon, and who aren't here today, and anybody else who's ever played with Willie Dinardo and the Corporates for helping co-write some of these songs that I played today. See you around.
Wow.
Thank you.
Willie, that was amazing, my friend.
Thank you.
I think that you lived up to that reputation.
I appreciate that.
You know,
up to
I
you,
know
viewers.
that it's probably a little bit different going up there solo and not having some other stuff behind you, but I have to tell you, you carried it very well. And thank you very much for entertaining the folks at home. But as I always try to tell people, one of the enemies of our show here is the clock.
I know. Ugh.
And as much as there is to say, and as much as we could probably go on for forever because you're such an interesting guy, why don't we start with letting the folks at home now know how they can get a hold of you and reach you or follow you, find your CD.
Willie Dinardo and the Corporates has a Facebook page, even though I'm personally kicked off of Facebook. That's a story for another day. Facebook.com/Willie Dinardo. If you want our whole discography, everything from the first release, just me by myself, to the Christmas single we just released back in December, williedinardo.bandcamp.com. And if you want to keep up with like the behind the scenes stuff, follow at Willie Dinardo and the Corporates on Instagram. We've been semi-active the last year. Everybody in the band just kind of, they have their other things. They want to do their own things. But we got some stuff coming up, maybe some new faces in the long run. But Willie Dinardo and the Corporates will be back, even though we've kind of been just chilling this year. And I've been out there repping the name like I always do, because this is my baby. This is my brainchild. I used to have Albert Einstein hair, but I don't have that anymore, unfortunately.
Well, Willie, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you coming on today. I really enjoyed your music, and I'm sure the folks at home did. As I always say as well, that we wouldn't be able to do this show without our award-winning director, Roxanne Morse, who pushes the buttons and makes us sound and look pretty. And also we have technical assistance by Dave Young, who also
Dave Young, Dave not old.
a contributor to the sound. So, as always, ladies and gentlemen, go out, support your local venues. Go see local musicians. Go out and see guys like this. Oftentimes you can get in and it's absolutely free and you can have a great time. So, for Roxanne Morris, Dave Young, everyone else here at SMAC, and especially to my guest today, Willie Dinardo, doors open to you to come back anytime, my friend. So
thank you. You got my number. I got yours.
There you go.
Have my people call your people. We do lunch.
There you go. So until then, folks, tune in and tune on.